Hey friends out there, welcome to the Guiding Chariot. This is TC. Um, Hi, I hope everyone's doing well. This is going to be a kind of an interesting read. I don't really know what it's about, but I was legit on the bus to work today and wanted to do a reading. I was just watching Netflix after work and it popped into my head, so we are just going to do a reading and see what comes through. Oh, it has been an interesting week. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the June readings. They've been interesting. I've been getting lots of feedback. So again, glad that you guys are getting things from it and feeling good about what's happening with your own personal situations. This week has been super interesting for me. In a good way. Like had a lot of conversations today. Not even just today, this whole week really. That whoop. Hold on, we got someone run away. Alright. Let's talk about these for a moment. Hold that. Ooh, look at that. Bottom of the deck. Tower card. All right. So literally, what I was gonna say was that been having a lot of conversations with friends and people close to me. Some of them personal, some of them about just the climate of what's going on in the world today and all these crazy things. Oh, hold on 1 second. Realized I didn't turn my fan off. You guys probably could hear that in the background. I'm sorry. But I was saying, like, we've just been having really interesting conversations over the past week regarding lots of personal changes, things going on in the world, and it's kind of been heavy this week just because a lot of these conversations have been heavy and very charged emotionally, but they've all been really good, positive conversations that had a lot of healing and let people express a lot of things and allowed us to kind of openly discuss things and hear each other out. So they've been good conversations, but it has been heavy, and emotionally it's been an interesting week as we navigate through all of this. And my friends and I were pretty close, so we all kind of share, so we're kind of mixing all these things together. So I don't know if any of you are going through the same thing, and what's going on now is just making us think, and I think it's a great thing. Not what happened, but it's a great thing that's going on in the world because it's giving us an opportunity to really reconnect and talk about things and heal a lot of things. Not only COVID, now we have everything going on with Black Lives Matter and the civil rights movement going on at the moment, and it's a huge thing that has affected people in so many ways, and I think so many different ways, and it's brought up a lot of personal things from everyone's past and their own experiences, and now we're kind of in this space where people are trying to navigate that and just kind of see really what it all means and what we can learn from it and how we can use that knowledge and that power to affect change and to continue to grow. So I think it's a great time for people who are really opening up and listening and being brave enough to talk about these things. I don't know if that's what's going to come up in these messages, but that's literally what I thought of when I saw the tower down here. Sudden change, big change. Not only on a global scale or a national scale, but even just for each individual. Here we have in the cards, we've got the Three of Wands. This is a new deck for me, so this is the Darkwood Tarot. I am like all into this art. I can't remember the artist who did it, but so good. I can't remember her last name. I want to say her name is Abigail. If I'm wrong out there, I'm so sorry. But beautiful deck and really cool, kind of twist on a lot of the imagery. But we've got the Three of Wands here, which is all about, yes, it is about waiting, but it's more so where you can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. And it's nice because the intention here is really what you make of it. And to me, that's something that really comes through in the way this card is depicted. So you can kind of see our lovely vampire heroine in the middle. She's got her man down here. And one thing that, or one way that this card is described, because at first you're like, because I remember when I first saw this card, it was so striking, but I was like, what does this have to do with the Three of Wands? Like, I always picture this card, really positively, because again, it's like, your delivery is coming in, and what you've been trying to manifest, you can see coming into the physical, you can see it on the horizon. And I was like, you did, like, she just killed you. But the interesting thing is we don't actually know what happened to that man, right? Because that could be someone she regular feeds on, and she just got her nourishment, and she'll come back later, and they just have that type of bond. Maybe she killed him, maybe he's still alive, maybe she's going to transition him, and then she'll have a partner. You don't really know, so there's a lot of possibilities there. And I think that's kind of indicative of like what I was talking about, how this moment really can be what we make of it. It just depends how we take advantage of it and how we use it. Now we've got the Queen of Cups and the Four of Cups here as well. So to me this speaks to this emotional depth, right? Because this Queen of Cups, very, very deep, very, very nourishing. Not nourishing. Well, I mean, yes, in a way nourishing. But, she has this deep well of emotions. You can kind of see her in this card. She's giving me kind of siren vibes, because she kind of looks like she's tempting you, right? She kind of looks like she's teasing you into the depths. Same way a siren would, try to lure you in and then pull you under. Now, I don't think your emotions are trying to sabotage you. They could if you let them, though. Let's be real honest about that. But I think it speaks to this, I don't want to say it's a need to be dark, but like there is an opportunity here to really go deep. The caution is to kind of carry with this awareness, because the Four of Cups can be kind of, I always say the word miserly, but in an aspect of this, it kind of speaks to like holding on to things that maybe bring us pain and bring us sadness. The whole point of what's happening here is, yes, we may be being urged to have certain conversations. Yes, we may be pushed to deal with some things that are uncomfortable, either to think about personally or to share with others. But the point of it is not to get stuck there, right? With this Four of Cups, not to reach that point where we feel pain and see suffering and then stay in that energy, right? We want to observe it, bring it to the surface so we can look at it, see what we can get from it, how it makes us feel, what we can do about that, how we can make it better, what outcome would be better, what would we like to see come out of this, and move beyond this Four of Cups, right? So that's kind of an interesting storyline there. And then we have, look at this, the Sun. And to me it's again indicative of just this opportunity, this chance we have to live a brighter day, to create a brighter future, to shine light where, there's a lot of darkness. And darkness not necessarily being something bad. Like I don't say darkness as it's evil or anything like that, but darkness as, it's subconscious, or it's been silenced, it's been kept down, it's been, shoved to the back of the room so we don't have to deal with it because it's uncomfortable. Oh. Whoa. You guys are chatty. Okay, hold on. We got another runner sitting right underneath me. Come here. Please don't make me have to bend down. I guess it's making me bend down. What do we got here? Ooh, alright. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. Okay, so we've got the Ace of Swords, truth, clarity, communication, understanding, a new perspective possibly. Aries energy here with the Emperor. But to me, this is really about taking charge, right? Being the leader. Now, could everyone be a leader? No. Otherwise, there'll just be clashing because there'll be way too many opinions. But to me, this is personally kind of taking ownership for your truth. What is it you believe? How can you participate? Because participation doesn't always mean rushing in and being hyperactive, and that's not the role everyone's meant to play. But to me, this is really about owning your truth. What do you believe in? What do you see as the best outcome or the best road ahead? and owning it, living it, being it. And just in that vibe, you begin to inspire others to do the same. You should be the example of what you want to see, in your surroundings. We also have the Eight of Swords popping up. This is the one that ran away and decided to hide under the chair. But I feel like this Eight of Swords, again, because the Eight of Swords does speak to feeling trapped, feeling powerless, feeling stuck. But you're never truly stuck. Like, you're never really out there on your own with no help and no assistance and no way out. To me, this is really almost, and you'll identify with this however you're meant to resonate with it. So this may not apply to you, but I feel like this particular message is for those who want to say something, feel like they have something to say, possibly have even been shut down or made to feel like they really don't have the right to say anything. To me, this Eight of Swords is really popping up to be like, no, you can affect change. And again, it doesn't have to be by necessarily your words, right? It can literally be through actions. Some people don't have to fight the fight by being on the front line. Sometimes you fight the fight in your daily actions, how you show up to the world, how do you present yourself, how do you interact with those close to you, even complete strangers, co-workers. That's what we start to put out there into the collective, and how we see that and how we show that to others around us. So nice. I almost want to say this reading is a little more, Tower's back, hi. Ooh, something is over the tower. Oh, we had some cards flip over. For some reason, I don't want to talk about those just yet. We're going to save those. You guys can sit here. We're filling up the space. So, hey. So we've got the Tower card, and on top of it fell the Four of Wands. How cool is that? So this is great. We talked about the Tower already, that there's change, sudden change, rapid change, big unexpected change for sure. And then you have this Four of Wands, which does speak to stability. So although things, suddenly start to crumble and definitely feels anything but stable, again, it's always an opportunity to rebuild. It's an opportunity to make sure everything is as it should be. Make sure everything is founded on sturdy, strong beliefs, right? There's something to kind of be grateful for in that moment where, we can do things that feel right, and we can fix, any shaky bricks that may have been put into this wall. I love it. The Moon and the Six of Swords. So Moon speaks to secrets, right? There's things, half illuminated. There may even be half truths. To me, the Moon is also this kind of primal call, which, doesn't mean we're reverting into animal states. That's definitely not what is going to solve this problem. But it's very instinctual, right? Instead of leaning on intellect and rationalizing everything and breaking everything down into little tiny details, it is a lot more instinctual. It is a lot more feely in a way, right? Like this, you feel down in your soul. The Moon rules the soul. So I think this is really connecting to a deeper part of you that, is less modified or less, made socially acceptable or edited, right? To, fit in with, certain sects of society or certain expectations that maybe, you want to rebel against, or you believe in a slightly different way. Six of Swords is all about things moving forward and getting easier, right? We're moving out of stormy seas. So again, another kind of opportunity for healing and growth and, at the end of the day, progress, right? Here with the movement. This is another card that tripped me out the first time I saw it, because there's a lot of mystery going on. There's a lot of unanswered questions in this card, because at first you're like, yay, she's moving out with her baby, but then you look in the back and it's kind of like, oh, is that your baby though? Are you stealing this baby? And then it's like, oh, it's supposed to be getting better, and yet there's like alligators in this water. Like, there's so much that could potentially go wrong in this card, or that is wrong in that card. But yet you can kind of look on, we can see that, you can kind of see, if it'll focus, you can kind of see on her face, like she's not concerned. Like there isn't a whole lot of emotion, but it's just steady, and it's almost like she knows. She knows this is the right direction. She knows where she's going. She's got like her eyes forward, on the destination. So again, there's this other idea of progress and moving forward, and again, things getting easier. Let's see what these little secret babies are. Ah ha 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 ha. I love. Okay, so we're going to save that one. Here we've got the 9 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. So fear, definitely something that is all too prevalent right now. But we've got fear, worry, anxiety, coupled with the 5 of Pentacles, feeling alone, feeling like there isn't support. So to me, I think this is honestly what we're healing from. And this, honestly, depending, your thoughts on everything going on, this could be things that are current and recent, and some of this could even be things that are, very, very deep-seated, right? There's a lot of fear and anxiety just about the uncertainty that's going on in the world. You consider the virus and people being afraid of catching it and self-isolating and pulling away, just the fear of what's going on concerning people's civil rights and people's safety. Not only the victims, but also with, the people who are taking, this opportunity to riot and do all these things like that, making it safe for, almost everyone who wants to speak out and promote this message and really do the right thing and be brave and courageous. They're kind of putting themselves in harm as well. We went to there was a march here in Hawaii not too long ago, and, I know there were a lot of rumors around, certain groups were coming and that there was this potential for some crazy to happen. So I know it was on a lot of people's minds, if we were safe being here and all that kind of stuff. Thankfully, it was great. It was amazing, completely peaceful, beautiful, beautiful day. So there are these kind of thoughts playing around and causing people to act possibly differently than they would otherwise. But this is, again, it's a moment to bring it to the surface so we can see it, learn from it, heal from it, and ultimately release it. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles right after that, which is beautiful, beautiful. So full of abundance, right? 10 of Pentacles also, to me, when I see the 10 of Pentacles, I always think of commitment in a way where it's something that is lasting. It's something that almost extends through generations, right? So this healing, this opportunity we have to change is going to affect, generations down the road, which I think is a beautiful, positive, wonderful thing. And, I know it's going to be positive because, like I said, we had the sun here earlier. So we are in this moment where we are creating big, big change. And I'm talking about it on a global scale, but again, this can also be personal. There are tons of changes going on for people, and it even doesn't really matter what sign you are at this point. Tons of people are going through big changes right now, or if not in their surroundings, also just in their own personal perceptions, and the situations in their life are changing. Some of it can be painful for sure. A lot of it probably will, considering the Tower card keeps popping up. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's all bad, and it also doesn't mean that we aren't going to be healing through all of that crazy. If anything, I hope this reading kind of gives you confirmation that there is light after the dark. And right now I feel like we're in the cave right now. We're like in the tunnel. Even with the card we started off with, the 3 of Wands, like we're in this dark cave, right? The only illumination we have are these 3 wands. But again, this card is about, receiving intentions. What you want to see in this world, you can create, you can manifest. And technically, you really already are, getting the 3 of Wands. The 2 we're putting out there, the 3, it's starting to come back to us. So we're already making progress in that way. I would almost say if you guys have been feeling a certain way, especially if you've been feeling the way I've been feeling, take this as confirmation that this is all going to get better, right? Nothing is permanent. Everything is temporary, and so are the dark times. The sun will always rise in the morning. I feel like I want to pull something else. See, this is weird. I always like to have everything ready for the reading, so it's like right here, but this one it literally was like, yeah, go, pull some cards, get up. So I'm like, nothing's next to me. Let's do... Yeah, this guy's the closest to me, so we'll do this. Actually, let's do... Okay, we'll pull something right after. But let's do this because it's in my hand now. I'm totally gonna... What time is it? Yeah, I'm totally gonna go overtime in this video, but that's fine. I don't know if you guys like a longer video, let me know. Give me a like. Tell me you're like, yeah, just keep talking. Or vice versa. You're talking too much. Oh, there we go. Didn't have to wait too long either. Okay. Oh, we got 3. Why not? Oh my god, you guys are going to love this. Alright. So we've got happiness. A fun little dragon. So happiness, thoughtfulness, which I almost want to say mindfulness for, right? Again, it's that awareness, and then ultimately, peace. Don't you love that? That's a cute one. But again, that's where we're going. That's what we're heading towards. All about it. Okay, let's do... You guys like these little guidance cards, so let's do these before we call this a wrap. But I love that. Happiness, thoughtfulness, peace. You know, and to me, I almost want to say it vibes to kind of what we were talking about, where, you know, it's all in your daily actions. It's how you show up. It's how you live your life, right? So if you embody happiness and you just seek things that give you joy and brighten your day and do it mindfully with awareness, that's how you inspire others to do the same. That's how you spread that vibration out, which ultimately creates peace. Because if you're doing things that make you happy, that create light, it's contagious. It affects the people around you. They do the same, then it affects the people around them. Oh, okay. Just wondering if anyone else is going to come out. Maybe not. Maybe we just get the one, which is not a bad thing. We'll do it one more time. Spirit's like, yeah, you know nothing else is coming. Yep, nope, okay. Deal. So what did we get? Communicate. Communicate with others more freely. Speak up. You have the right to be heard. Weren't we just talking about that? So again, if you have a voice, if you have something to say, don't be afraid to share it. And I will say that something that kind of came up in my discussions this week, where people were, you know, speaking up and sharing their voice, and someone, you know, had to say something about it, you know, in a negative sense, which is disappointing, but at the same time, there's always going to be people who disagree, and that's fine. You know, there's always going to be people who, you know, just kind of need to say something nasty just for the sake of being nasty. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that, you know, oppress you, for the lack of a better word. It's just someone's opinion. If you just want to, you know, speak your mind, inspire others, begin, you know, take those first steps to change, you know, especially if you can kind of look at your intentions and what you want to do, and it's respectful, it doesn't hurt anyone, you know, and it's something that you can consciously be proud of, you know, it's not anything destructive. If someone has something to say about it, you know, that's their opinion. They don't have to agree, you know, and they can, if they don't want to read it, they can just swipe to the next page. You know what I mean? You know, and it doesn't make either of your points more or less valid or invalid, you know. But if you have something to share, and you have something, if there's a way you want to be involved, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. You know, feel free to, because that's how we heal, by sharing and communicating ideas. That's how we realize we're all not so different, right? You know, as we share these, you know, I don't want to say common stories, but it's stories that we can all relate to. You know, it's when we don't talk about it, and we keep it all hidden and keep it in the shadows. We never get to share, we never get to heal, we never really get to realize that at the end of the day, we're all humans, we're all connected, we all share similar journeys. You know, and there's also opportunities to learn from each other's journeys to, affect and alter ours. So it's a beautiful thing to be able to share and speak freely. So again, if you're called to do so, go for it. If you're called just to live your best life and do it with authenticity and integrity, that's also beautiful. Do that too. All right? And don't let anyone shame you saying if you want to do something, you need to do it this way. Like, you can do it that way. I'm going to do it this way. Right? We all do this differently. We all play different roles. All right. I'm going to wrap it up before this reading is like 45 minutes long, but I love you guys. Take care. I'm thinking of you all, wishing you the best. Stay safe, and you know what? Continue to vibe high. I love you. Take care.